Speaker, that is the number of crimes that happen in this country every single day. That's almost one crime per minute. And these aren't statistics. These are innocent people hit over the head with baseball bats, their jewelry store smashed in by an incoming automobile that then is used to open up and steal the proceeds that families have spent their entire lives earning. It's the people who wake up in the middle of the night to the sound of stomping feet in their living room floor as home invaders break in to steal, rob, pillage, and much worse. It's the Faruqi family, whose courageous father came running out to protect his defenseless children against home invaders and was shot in the throat. It is a 3-year-old girl, mercilessly raped by a chronic repeat offender, a scumbag who had already been convicted of raping a 12-year-old boy, but yet, under Liberal laws, was out on the street. C'est le cas qu'on entend à Saint-Jérôme d'une femme tuée par son ex-conjoint, un conjoint qui avait été déjà arrêté 30 fois et qui a été remis en liberté 16 fois avant de tuer sa partenaire. It's the case of a beautiful young mother, Bailey McCourt, murdered by her ex, who was out on bail, and he had only been released 3 hours earlier. He was only 4 kilometers away from the courthouse that granted him that Liberal bail. Now, these are not just sensationalist stories as Liberals like to dismiss them. These are facts. While the Justice Minister condescendingly dismissed these crimes as we are not the Wild West, well, the facts would beg to differ, Mr. Speaker. Under this Liberal government, since they have taken office, violent crime is up 55%. Extortions up 330%. Homicides up 29%. Sexual assaults up 76%. There is a cause and there is effect. We know the source of this crime. It is Liberal bail. Liberal bail as passed into law by Liberal Law C-75. It requires judges to release the accused at the earliest opportunity under the least onerous restrictions. Those are the words embedded in the law. And as a result, the same offenders can commit literally hundreds of offenses and be released often within hours of their latest arrest. Police say that often they're not even finished the paperwork on the arrest and the offender is back out on the street. I've had police officers tell me they've arrested the same offender 3 times in the same day. One police officer in the Toronto area told me that most of the arrests this time, the criminals happily confessed to the crime in the backseat of the car because they actually don't care about getting convicted anymore. They know that Liberal laws will turn them loose regardless of the outcome of the trial. Now, Liberals pulled a bait and switch in order to get elected. In the last election, they knew that Canadians were fed up with Liberal bail. So they said, give us a 4th chance and we'll reverse course. What happened? Well, it's now been 6 months since the Prime Minister was elected on the promise that he would reverse Liberal bail. And where are we? There's not been a single Liberal bill to reverse the bail system that they set up. Not one. We're 6 months in, Mr. Speaker. We all know what needs to happen. The police have basically written the legislative repeal that is necessary for us to fix the Liberal mess. And yet, no bill, nothing, zero, zip, zilch. Maybe it's because the Prime Minister took the unprecedentedly reckless act of appointing Justin Trudeau's most incompetent minister to the job. The now Justice Minister was the immigration minister who literally destroyed the best system in the world, increasing the numbers by 300% over the previous norm, allowing criminals to come into our country unvetted, swamping our housing, job, and health care with too many people too fast. And then he went on to the housing portfolio where he created the worst housing crisis in the OECD, and now he's in charge of the criminal code. Not compound that problem with the Minister of Public Safety, someone who should resign for having gone ahead with a bill with a plan to confiscate property from law-abiding firearms owners that he was caught on tape saying would not work. This is who we have as the Keystone Cops in charge of reversing the Liberal crime wave of the last decade. Now, some people say we need bail reform. We have bail reform. It's called C-75. What we need is to undo the Liberal bail reform. Hence, today, we are calling for the government to scrap Liberal bail and replace it with jail, not bail. And so today we put forward a motion that would allow Parliament to adopt Bill C-242, the Jail Not Bail Act, put forward by the brilliant Member of Parliament for Oxford, Ontario. This proposal is backed by police, by crime victims, and by everybody who wants to stop crime. And you will hear more from the member for Niagara South, with whom I'm splitting my time on this matter, Mr. Speaker. And I will note that this government doesn't need to do anything. They don't need to do a thing. They just need to get out of the way. If they get out of the way, they've already broken the bail system. They brought in the chaos that we are now experiencing. We're not asking them to put on a cape and come to the rescue. We're asking them to simply get out of the way. If they do one thing, it is this: sit on their hands and let the House of Commons pass this motion to quickly push through the Jail Not Bail Act. We can lock up the criminals that have been terrorizing our streets. That's all we need them to do. In fact, some people say they're doing nothing. It would be a